as we begin to talk a little bit about the, OTAs, it's always something that we have to look at it from these parameters. That OTAs is something that it's just organized team activities. So we can't dive too much into it. But so far, the guy that's really on everybody's radar is these two players right here, Jason Witten and Randall Cobb. Randall Cobb, from a degree of, hey, the guy got experience, actually played quarterback when he was in high school, middle school and high school, a little bit when he was in the college. But extra eyes out there on the field means a lot. Remember last year we was talking about on the road, and we wasn't winning as much games as we should, right? So what I'm saying is, now that you have the vested leadership that's on his team as it relates to like being veterans and things like that, I think that helps this team out tremendously as it relates to, now you have experience. Now you have people that can now look at it and say, okay, I can support this team and help this team out from experience base alone. And that goes a long way, Cowboy Nation. It does. And thank you all for tuning in to the nation. Really appreciate each and every last one of you all. Thank you all for being part of the thing. Thank you guys for being there and supporting everything too. So that goes a long way as well. So as I begin to load up everything, guys, I can't say this enough. I really can't. But I got to say this right now. Man, for those who hit the notification, this means a lot too. It does, especially for those who, let me see if I can pull this back up. There we go. Now we got your information back out there. How about that? All right, so moving a little bit further before I go into other details. Cowboys are looking to make Ezekiel Elliott the highest, and I'm not talking about the lowest, the highest paid running back in NFL history. Now, when I put that out there, I want to know your thoughts, Cowboy Nation. I want to really know, how do you guys feel about that? And I put down, is this a good move or is this a bad move? Please let me know how you guys feel about that. And Donnell, yeah, I'm doing great. Like Tony the Tiger said, I'm great. Philly Cowboy said 76 said, I'm tired of listening to. How you doing, guys? Oh, Jason Garrett, man, either you love him or hate him. It's just one of those things where it's Jason Garrett, he got his back against the wall, and he going to have to I guess, really put up or shut up now. You know what I mean? And I feel like this is going to be one of those situations where Jason Garrett is we'll see what he's made out of. Comedian Victor says it's a damn good move. So yeah, and also with that, they say pay Zeke. So by him being the highest, you will have to pay him wide receivers money. And I'm thinking, with my small mind and my small thoughts of everything, that Ezekiel Elliott will be one of those guys that can really, really, really help us out down the line. Believe it or not, I think so. I really do. I really think that with his skill set and this ability to do those things, I think that it will help out. At the end of the day, it should and it will help us out as it relates to win-loss columns and things like that, giving Dak Prescott more time. Ezekiel Elliott is such a low-rated as it relates to blocking, right? Catching the ball out of the backfield. Hey, it is what it is. Philly Cowboys 76, man. Appreciate you, man. Thank you for making the donation to help grow the nation. And you know, whenever you guys make the donation to help grow the nation. Yeah. All right, so before I go a little bit further, the next thing we have to talk about is why Cowboys should make a signing of a running back named Jay Ajayi a top priority. Now, in the article, I didn't write the article. I just reposted the article. A lot of people giving me praises, but I put the person that's down there below who wrote the actual article. His name is Brian Martin from www.insidethestar. He was pretty much saying that we don't have any proven commodities as it relates to backup running back. And what would be a great situation for the Cowboys would be to actually make Jay Ajayi one of those guys that can come into the system to help out this particular team. Now, I'm with the belief of this right here, Cowboy Nation. I'm with the belief that you bring in camp bodies anyway. You bring in people that you think that you know for sure that can help out this team. And I'm looking at it from this parameter. If the Cowboys decide to bring in Jay Ajayi, what will it hurt? Now, the dude is injury prone. He got 2 bad knees, and not 1, 2 bad knees, and he have issues of standing on the field. But my thing is, you're not looking for him to be the bell cow. You're looking for him to be inserted and to help out this team. Now, before you guys say, hey, what about Tony Pollock? Can he still be in this mix? Yes, he can still be into the mix. I'm looking at Tony to be like a quote-unquote, not a gadget guy, but a guy that you can give the ball to him when it's needed, good change of pace, and then on top of that, a guy that can catch the ball out of the backfield. Now, I'm not trying to bring up this at all, Cowboy Nation. Trust me, I'm not. But when we start talking about these things right quick, when the Eagles won the Super Bowl, don't crucify me now. When the Eagles won the Super Bowl, how did they win? I know a lot of people are going to say luck. But they was the 3rd overall in rushing. They ran the rock. So a lot of people think fly, Eagles, fly. No, it was run, Eagles, run. So that's how you better your best. You figure out a way to control the clock for one, and then on top of that, you run the rock. Now, as far as plays, creativity, I would say in 2017, their playbook was a little bit more creative than ours, right? So now we have the young Kelly Moores of the world who should be able to help us out in so many parameters too. But I'm looking at it from these things, Cowboy Nation. I promise you I am. All we got to do is find out ways to help this team out as it relates to depth. Give Ezekiel Elliott time. Give the wide receiver core some more veteran leadership as far as, like I said, with the Randall Cobb, he helps out. And the other guy that we have to talk about is old reliable. He helps this team out in so many ways. When we start looking at what Jason Witten can do as far as blocking out of the backfield, all of his numbers from what I've read and what I heard from 105.3 The Fan and beyond are better than what they were in 2016, 17, or what have you. So it may be a situation where we get the reverse whereas we get the reverse effect, and a year off makes Jason Witten that much more valuable. And those are things that I look at, Cowboy Nation. Those are. So when we start to look at those things and we start talking about those things, how can this team be better and how can this team improve on what they are already doing? It's because of these 2 guys. Well, actually, I'm going to show you these 3 guys right here. And I know I was talking about running back earlier, but if you think about this, Jason Witten, experience. So that should help us out on the road, right? That should help us out on road games. That should help us out better prepared, being ready. The dude look like he's fit. I know that there's a metric out there that will say, wait a minute, Law, hold on. They may be good for the first 8 games, but for the back 8 games, those older players seems or known to decline in certain ways. You can say that, but I would say this too. You give old reliable some times to dissect the teams that he's already knowing that we finna face, like the Giants and the Redskins and the Eagles. Boy, we be good. We better off. Bama fan says, run, Forrest, run. Jay Jones said Jay Ajayi would be a good pickup. I agree. Everyone knows that. This is Jay Wider. Appreciate you. Thank you for tuning in. Witten has always been when we needed him. Yeah, Philly Cowboys 76. Yes, Witten always been the guy that's been where there. All right, so the next guy, like I said earlier, this guy. Yeah. Boy is ready. That 18 look clean on him. Now, this is the thing. Short area quickness. I was talking about earlier, and I was talking about Amari Cooper Michael Gallup, and you add in the Randall Cobb, and you throw in Tavon Austin, what he can do to take the top off the defense when people try to line up 8 and 7 man in the box, or when they try to say, okay, we're going to bracket coverage. There's no such thing as bracket coverage in Tavon Austin. And then on top of that, when you look at this guy right here, before I go, let me go back to this page. Let me go right here. And let me click off of that. We're going to go right here. I was talking about this earlier. Thank you for tuning in to the Law Nation Film Session. As you take a deeper look at the number one receiver, as you can put him right there inside. That's Amari Cooper. He can take control of the inside of the field. And then on top of that, you can slide Randall Cobb onto the outside because he can play both positions. He can play outside and inside. And then you can put my boy Michael Gallup here or Tavon Austin. You can add some crazy wrinkles out there. You can slide TP. You can also have Jarwin right here or Jason Witten. You can have all of those guys right there. But if you think about this, Cowboy Nation, this short area quickness, this guy, what he brings. Y'all hear that? Watch it again, Cowboy Nation. Watch, get off. Hey, that's what he can do inside. He can kill you on the inside, and then on top of that, you will have the ability to run these type of plays. Man, there's going to be some problems and issues with the opposing defenses out there. They're going to be sitting there saying to themselves, how can we stop Amari Cooper, Randall Cobb, and on top of that, you got Tavon Austin out there at the same time. There's a lighter package, but man, don't you think the defensive coordinator is going to be scratching their heads? Man, it's going to be crazy, Cowboy Nation. It will. It's going to be flat out crazy when we start to look at those things and looking at ways on how we can improve this team. Martin says Jarwin is a beast. Yes. And guess what? As we all love Jason Witten, we all do. We all love Jason Witten. We love his ability. We love his skill set. We love what he can bring. And we can imagine that Jason Witten, the brother from another mother, no other, when Jason Witten get out there on the field, man, let me just put some fire behind it. When Jason Witten get behind the field, don't discount what Jarwin can do as well. Think about this. When you line up with your 12 personnel, when you have the 2 tight ends set out there, Jason Witten can still run his 5 and dip the Y option, one of the best plays, one of the better plays that he runs in his career. And then on top of that, you have your boy Jarwin taking up the deep post. Man, it can get nasty out there. Sheila Neal, appreciate you. Thank you for tuning in. Long so our offensive line is healthy. Yeah, that's another thing that we have to bring up right quick. Got a few more minutes. That's another thing that we got to bring up, Cowboy Nation. The offensive line. How can his offensive line improve? Did Travis Frederick get out there and work anything? Is Lyle Collins healthy? Now, they put Cam Fleming out there. Lyle Collins going through some surgery situations where he's rehabbing. Also, Travis Frederick, he's not all the way there, so you still had Joe Looney. This is what we're talking about, depths, right? And on the defensive side of the ball, Byron Jones didn't practice, nor did the LVE. And whenever I mention LVE, you guys know we got to bring him in. Yeah, LVE didn't practice as well. He going through a pelvic pelvic issues. So hopefully this is just the beginning of the OTAs. Hopefully we get them ready during training camp when we really need them. That's when we install in a lot of plays and things of that nature, Cowboy Nation. So, with all that being said, let's continue to grind. Let's continue to shine. Let's continue to grow this thing. Really appreciate each and every last one of you all. Let me give a shout out to the first person that was in this chat box, man. I really appreciate you that let me know that you're a part of the notification squad. The first person today was Groovy 3000. Appreciate you, man. Thank you so much for being part of the nation and hitting that notification button. Calvin Williamson, second place, Close But No Cigar, and NC, biggest Cowboys fan, third place. That's how we getting this thing going. Really appreciate you all. Sheila Neal, thank you. Jay Jones, do you think Jarwin can line up as SE in the mixed match like New England used Gronk. Oh, you're talking about line up in the seams or what have you? I mean, I think that Jarwin, with his ability, he can line up pretty much anywhere. And he can look. If you look at that, if you look at that chart that's behind me, right? The chart. Let's see the hit play. If you look at this chart right here, you can actually line Jarwin at this one position right here or at the 3. And this is what we were seeing post snap or what have you. But pre snap, you can actually, because you got to have, according to the rule, you got to have 7 down. But what we can do here is have another setup where you have the 2 backs in the back right here, and what we would call a not more so an ace personnel or 10 or 11, where you can actually do a 20, 21, 22, whereas you can do some mix and matches here. So I think that with the ability of Jarwin, you can line them in the backfield and then motion them out, put them on the line, or you can line them up off the line right here because he can line up in line or off line. So I think that Jarwin can bring in those type of things to us. It just on how quickly these guys can pick up the offense. That's all I'm looking at. So and I will go into more details of where these guys can line up according to their skill sets and according to what they are able to do. And just about a line. Just like even here, this play, I would hit play, but I don't think that this is going to be loud on the YouTube, so I'm not even going to hit play. But that was a play where it was a Y option play, whereas you had the 2 tight end set up out for this play, but you were still able to get Jason Witten up the seam, and that's Vinny Testaverde. He connected with old reliable. So Cowboy Nation, all we got to do is continue to grind, baby. Let's go. Yeah. That's all the time that I have for right now. I really thank you all for yours. And remember, you're listening to nothing but the best. Salute. Let's go, Cowboy Nation. Let's go. Yeah. Oh, yeah. Let's go. Yeah. Get crunk, baby. See ya, man. Let's go and drop the ball. Yes. Get crunk, baby. OTA time, baby. Remember, you all are listening to nothing but the best.